Well, you heard a senator, the lawmaker representing that area in question. Nigeria is faced with some of these issues of bandits. In fact, Taraba State has experienced in past few days some attacks by bandits. And in some that region of the country has experienced bandit attacks, some kind of insecurity threat in some part of the country. Now added to it is some kind of invasion from a separatist group from neighboring Cameroon. That is an added injury into the situation in the country. So let's speak to the state governor of Taraba, Governor Darius Ishaku. He joins us from the state capital. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for joining us tonight. Let's begin by saying we really commensurate with you on the attack on the people of Manga community and the death of the community leader, whom we understand is also a relative to one of your aides. Let's begin by asking you, we understand that the Amazonian separatist soldiers who were clamped down by the Cameroonian government were involved in this. What more do we know? Have we for certain know? Can you tell us for certain that they are behind this incident?
Well, thank you, Samuel. What you narrated was what happened yesterday. We woke up with that sad news. And unfortunately, Manga is on the other bank of the Lake Kashimila, which is the where the Kashimila Dam is, which is evacuating 40 megawatts to the grid of the federal government already. It's virtually finished, but you can't access it except with a speedboat because all the roads have been cut off due to the impounding of the dam. They came in there at the early hours, around 3-4 from what we gathered, and took the village head away from his home, shot him, killed him, tore him open, and then others were being killed along. And so it was yesterday, this morning, we were able to get the correct figure. But since yesterday, I've already asked the military. They had moved in. We talked with their headquarters. They were very cooperative. We moved in. But the real problem is that about 2 years ago, I wrote the defense headquarters to put a naval base in the Kashimila Dam because this dam has gone almost 5 kilometers into Cameroon. And so the Cameroonians find it easier to transport themselves into Nigeria through this dam. And so we need a naval base there. And interestingly, we have a very good airport there, which is even better than the one I have in Jalingo here. It's well built, the runway is solid. I had asked earlier for the Nigerian Air Force to put a base there. But for some reasons, they took the base and put it somewhere else. And my reason then was that with a jet, within 3, 4, 5 minutes, you will check all the problems that are along our border with Cameroon. And with the naval base there, it is easy. So now those bordering towns on the elections will be assisted once there's a distress. And without this, these people are helpless. They were just killed, mowed down by the rebels. The details is yet to come out. I'm hoping by tonight I should get the details because they've been there throughout yesterday. So later we might get the details. But this is a summary of what happened. Sharon, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I can hear you. It's a really very sad situation there. The story of your aide, who is a brother to one of the community head, what more can you tell us about it? How does it feel right now? What do you know about that? And what is the situation at the moment?
He is the junior brother to the late chief that was assassinated or killed. He's the junior brother. And since yesterday, I have dispatched him to go along with the security agents. He was among those that identified the corpses, and they did burial. He is already home. He's at Manga now with the military, the police, and other forces. They're already there. Probably by the time he comes back, I will know the details of what happened.
So what can you tell us also about the community people who have fled that Manga and then the neighboring communities? Are they able to return? Is that place still safe? Because the fear of insecurity or the fear that they cannot longer stay in that area was what led them to flee.
A lot of them haven't returned. I'm hoping that they will return now that they have seen the military presence there. The Nigerian military presence and the police is most likely they should have been coming back as of today. But mark you, Taraba has one of the longest borders with Cameroon. We have had this problem in Kurmi about 2 weeks ago, and the brigade commander was there himself to certify. It's just that that one was not as bad as this one. The people ran away from that community. And so there's a need, absolute need, that this boundary must be manned by security agents. The military precisely must man it, because they are well armed, they're a separatist group, and when they kill, they run away. So it's not an easy thing. It has to be military to man the border. Our border is very long. It stretches from Takon, where this thing happened, to Kurumi, to Sadona province, the Sadona local government. So it's a very long stretch. It's not a short stretch. And they infiltrate in here.
Governor,
yes. Yes,
can you tell us, describe to us how these borders, for a lot of Nigerians who do not know how the borders look, is there any demarcation? Is there any wall? Is there any fence? Is there any way you can distinguish the Nigerian territory from the Cameroonian territory?
There's absolutely none. You can walk across the two borders just like you're walking away from taking a walk. There is no border, and they speak the same language. Some are settling in Nigeria, some are in Cameroon. So it's very difficult for you to be able to distinguish if you are there. You will know that, okay, this is the boundary of Nigeria. But then they intermingle, they move around. Hitherto, there was no problem because the Ambazonians or the separatists were not there. But now with the Ambazonians, they are being chased from their country by their own military might. And here, they are now using our own people sometimes as shield. And sometimes they kill them like they've done now willingly. We don't know the details. But I suspect probably they wanted cooperation from these people and they didn't give them. But these are the problems we have. There is no fence, there is no border demarcating or a wall to say that this boundary wall, there's nothing like that exists.
Well, I mean, one is also curious, Governor. Are you saying that there are no customs or immigration presence around these areas? Because one just wonder how these guys just walk into Nigerian territory and just kill innocent Nigerians. Any kind of posts of customs or immigration to check the movement, even if there are no demonstrations?
There is immigration posts there. I understand they were manned by 2 or 3 people who had just maybe 1 gun or 2. When they exhausted their bullets, they ran away. They had not enough ammunition to charge these people who are with automatic guns. They ran away. But they tried. They scared them, but they too had to escape for their own lives. So it is not well manned. Even with immigration, as I said, they are not well equipped. If possibly if they were well equipped, they will be able to scare these people away or be able to engage them enough that the community, the villagers, the poor villagers will have had a way to escape. You know, Manga is just a village like any village in Nigeria. Somebody, they don't even know what is gun. They know knife and cutlass. That's it. So that somebody is carrying a gun, they may not even know. So they are very cheap to mow down.
Well, I mean, again, explain to us this Anglophone crisis since 2017 or 2018, when the Cameroonian military clamped down on this separatist group. They're being at loggerheads with authorities, state authorities in the Republic of Cameroon, and this crisis have lingered. Has there been any kind of clash or any kind of conflict between Nigerians and these Amazonians?
Yes, there have been constant clashes, border clashes with the same reasons, maybe due to forest deforestation. A lot of people actually finish with the forest in Nigeria. Some of them are entering the Cameroonian forest to get madril, which is a very prized log. And then farming. There is a problem of trying to encroach and enlarge farming farmlands. Recently, we had a meeting in Abuja with the Cameroonians there, and we discussed about this issue. They showed concern, and they pleaded with the federal government to help them prevent the Amazonians, and that they will try from their own end to also make sure that they stop them from entering our territory. But I don't think the Cameroonians are doing enough. And even in our own case in Nigeria, I told you it's about 2 years ago, I complained about these problems. I said, we need the military, we need the Air Force cover, without which you cannot go. This territory is wide. Taraba itself is among one of the longest states. I'm the third largest state in Nigeria. And I have very large span, about the longest boundary with Cameroon. And so if you don't man it properly, and with this Amazonian now problem, definitely you are going to get such crisis. We foresaw it, we asked for assistance, but none was forthcoming. Unfortunately, this one came. So there is a need, absolute need, for the federal government to have interest, because the Kashimila Dam itself is a federal asset. It has 40 megawatts. If you don't know, 40 megawatts is a large quantum of power. If you dedicate it to the Northeast, we will be happy that we will be having like 60% assurance of power. 40 megawatts is a big megawatt. So if you look at it, it's an asset, a federal government asset that needs to be protected, both by military on the ground, both by Air Force in the air, both by the Navy on the sea. That place is a large dam.
But Governor, let me jump in. This is a matter of international flavor, of international dimension. And when we wonder whether or not you've had a conversation with the president, who is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, you do not have control over the armed forces. Have you had conversation? If you said you've raised this matter, with whom? At what fora did you raise this matter?
I wrote this letter long ago, and I had complained about this issue myself long ago on it. Unfortunately, in Nigeria, until a large, sad incident happens, nobody really takes you serious. You see, it is now that these killings had happened, and it's from outside the country that have come to kill Nigerians, that everybody now is listening. But the warning had gone earlier, long ago. And as I've said, if they had
Governor, it is good for us to hold people responsible. No, what we want to know, I mean, is it the military that you reached out to, or the president himself?
I've reached out to the military. I've reached out to the military severally. I have.
And they did nothing. nothing about it?
Absolutely.
But you as a governor,
So
you've told your people that you said that you want the people to, you're promising them that you will protect them. What measure have you taken as a governor, as their leader of the governor of Taraba State to protect your people? What measures have you taken?
Apart from meeting those that are in charge of the military? Except if you are saying that a governor should take out and go and face another country. This is a different country. We have had several cases. This is not the first one. There were instances we recovered their guns, so we gave it to the external affairs through the military and so forth. So this is not a new case. That is what I'm telling you.
The point I'm making here, Governor, is that this has happened. You said that you will empower your people against this kind of offensive. What have you done in that respect? What is going to happen to the people of Manga?
You say I empower them? Empower them in what sense?
No. You promised that you are going to empower your people to protect themselves.
You are talking about the press conference I said before. I didn't say I'm going to empower them. How do I empower them? How do I empower my people? The guns is not for anybody for sale or to buy. I wish it were so. Then probably the people who are there will have protected themselves. I mean, we are all under the federal government when it comes to military and police. There is literally nothing a state governor can do. We rely on them. What else can a governor do? If I have complained, what else can I do? I wish I knew if this thing was going to happen yesterday.
Governor, are you saying that you are helpless in this case? There's nothing, absolutely nothing you can do to protect
It's not only me that is helpless. All the governors in Nigeria are helpless. Let me tell you, Sheyi, I have said it times without number. All the governors in Nigeria are helpless. And that is why we are saying, give us state police. If we have state police, I will have ordered the police. All the governors, not only Ishaku that is helpless, not only Taraba state government that is helpless, all of us, the governors are helpless. Go and ask other governors and tell me who has something, a solution to give. We have to depend on the federal might when it comes to security.
If the case were different, Governor, Governor, if the case were different, if you have your way, if you have powers, what would you do differently?
I will have stopped them. My police will have stopped them. If I had them, my police will have stopped them. I will have equipped those who are there, the immigration officers. And there wouldn't have only been immigration officers. There will be police station there and possibly well equipped and armed. And that will have helped.
Would you also consider making a fence or building a demarcation or building a wall to fence off these
demarcation? Building a wall or a fence for a poor state like Taraba, we are almost the second to the last in revenue. Building a fence, the whole of the whole money that the state has cannot even build, let's say, 10-kilometer fence. Let's be frank. Will I be thinking of the health of the people, the education of the people, infrastructure of the people, providing water of the people, or building a fence? I mean, it doesn't make sense. I would rather be taking care of the things I can handle. And the building fence will not help. And even if it is the government, I will ask them to do the cheapest fence. But if you have people who can man the area, police the area, I'm sure it will reduce this minimally to the least.
But Governor, we're due for a break now, but just in about 30 seconds. What about the security vote that is accrued to the state? Would that help? Have you used any part of it for this purpose?
Yeah, how much is security vote that will build a massive fence like that? How much is security vote? that you build a massive, you'll be talking in millions of dollars, not in naira even. How much is a security vote that you will be building? Most of these are security votes are exhausted before it goes anywhere. Because we are in the Northeast, particularly, I've been having a lot of crises too, just like my colleagues do have everywhere. Security is prime now, it's most of us. And this a security force we used to man, in fact, it's not enough most of the time. It's not even enough. So what is security for? It's peanut.
All right. Your Excellency, we need to take a break now. But when we come back, we'll get your closing thoughts on the program. Plus, the Senate Committee Chairman on the Army, Senator Ali Ndume, joins me after this break. I will take a look at a strategy to taming these killers and how we can stop the bloodshed in our country. And afterwards, of course, we'll get the closing thoughts of Governor Darius Ishaku. Stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back. Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us right here in the program. Our closing moments with the Executive Governor of Taraba State, His Excellency Governor Darius Ishaku, who has been speaking with us from Jalingo over this sad incident in Manga community of Takum, local government area of Taraba State, where Ambazonian separatist soldiers killed several Nigerians, including the village head in that area, who incidentally is also a brother to the aide of the governor. Our closing moments now. Your Excellency, it's a very sad scenario. I was asking about the security vote. I mean, it might not be enough, as you said, to build fence, but it might be enough for you to be able to think about other ways of protecting your people. Would that suffice, or what is the immediate effort that you're going to make with some of those funds available to you to at least immediately give confidence to the people living in Manga community or Takum local government area so that they can return to their homes? A lot of them have fled.
They have fled, but we are moving people, as I've told you, including the late chief's brother. He's in the village now. We are moving the food and materials that we think will be necessary for them already. We have to assist the military, assist the police to move in immediately yesterday when the news broke out. All these are part of the things that we will do without anybody prompting us. These are natural things we do. We have extra food and so forth that for emergency we dispatch. We do, and we had already done that. We did it in Kurumi when they had...
But do you have a local security initiative aside the normal police and the military, like we have in some other states?
What are
you thinking in that line? Maybe the vigilante groups or local security groups?
We have vigilante, but what will a vigilante do when he doesn't have AK-47 and people charging him with AK-47? I just told you that even the immigration tried their best. I don't know which gun the immigration was using. Apparently, maybe the type of normal old guns of cock and fire. To be frank with you, even the military needs to be equipped. Even the police needs to be equipped. All this paramilitary needs to be equipped. The federal government must decide to equip them and equip them properly. Some of these things, even the police can handle it. But how will you tell me? If even my ADC, if he's not well equipped, how can you protect me when he can't protect himself? These things you are talking, these people must be well equipped. If the federal government must equip them, the federal government should equip them.
All right.
No government.
Let's wrap up now because of our time. Governor, let me ask you, because this is not, as far as the Constitution is concerned, this is largely out of your purview, largely out of your powers, because you are a state governor, you are a federating unit, and so the issue of territorial integrity, the issue of international or external aggression is within the purview of the federal government. Are you thinking about speaking to the president, or what are the permanent solutions you are thinking about right now? Just in about 30 seconds so that we can close.
Absolutely. As we are talking, I have been making arrangements to see Mr. President. But I need to get the details of what has happened. This didn't happen yesterday. I need to get the details of what happened. I can't go to Mr. President when I myself, I don't even have the details. The brother of the late chief is there in the village now. I hope that tomorrow or next, they will be back here. I have to have details, and I'm making arrangements. I'll see the president very soon and brief him, not only Manga, brief him with other areas, and possibly give suggestions of what I think should be best when I have consulted with all my people also. But the question of talking of fencing, like they do in America, I don't think we can afford that kind of fencing here. Some of these places.
Are you open to visit that place too? Because as a governor, are you planning also to see for yourself on the ground?
Why not? Why not? I'll be there.
When are you doing that?
Why not? I can't tell you that. Ask me in the week's time. I can't tell you that I'm going
to. You must be that. The Executive Governor of Taraba State, His Excellency Governor Darius Ishaku. Thank you so much, and we sincerely commiserate with you and your state over that sad incident. Thank you so much indeed for talking to us tonight.
Grateful. Thank you very much. Thanks.